All right, this is not so much a how-to video as it is an encouraging video. Okay, so if you play guitar and you have a cheap but decently made Chinese guitar, I mean, I appreciate that they craft these things. I mean, I got this one for $30. It's a Takamine Jasmine. It's like $150 guitar new, but I bought it for $30 on Marketplace, and it had a broken tuner key. So I just made one out of some black walnut and epoxied it on there. Um, it was like, it took me like 10, 15 minutes. Plus, I had to wait for it to dry. So I wanted to learn. I'm practicing classical guitar now for the first time in my life, playing rock and blues and all that nonsense. So I played this for a while without doing anything except fixing the key, and the strings were really high, really, really high off. And I figured that was good to build up my dexterity and like my positioning of my fingers, so that way I'd get better, playing this very difficult instrument. So the time has come when I go through all my practices in the morning and I can play all the songs mostly decently. Um, so I did some adjustments on this rainy day. Okay, so in here you have this little hole here. That's your truss rod. So I tightened that down, and I noticed the strings were still high off. So this bridge here has a string bridge right here, and this little plastic bit comes out. And what I did was loosen my strings up, pulled this out, and the strings I'm going to be changing them soon, so I figured this would be a good time to do this because I don't want to be pulling this and ruining my new strings. So I pull this out, and I got some 220 grit sandpaper and put on a flat block. And then I took a Sharpie and I just drew a line down on the bottom of this little bridge piece here and just filed it down until that Sharpie mark was gone. Then I put it back in and I I don't even tighten the strings up, but I look at it and I'm like, okay, it's still too high. So what I would do is put it back in, and then I would push this string down like this and to see on my frets where I wanted it. So then I kind of can gauge like, oh, another Sharpie line. So I took 3 Sharpie lines off this piece here just by sanding it down on that 220 paper and put it back in each line to test it. And now it could go a little lower, but I don't want to chance it because I don't want any buzz in the frets. But it plays a lot easier now. And before there'd be buzzing because my fingers would be hitting. The high strings would be vibrating against my finger positioning. But now they're kind of out of the way. So let me play a little something. Play another one here. So if you're somewhat handy, I mean, it's not a great investment. It was $30, and I was willing to mess it up, but I knew that I wouldn't because I've done it to another guitar. I think it was it's a Ovation copy, and that thing needed a lot more work. And I still have to. They glued the nut on wrong, and the sixth string, the top string here, is like way on the top of the frets. So I need to like bust that nut off and re-glue it on, slide it down a little bit towards the high E string. So basically, what you get here is not a fine instrument. You get a assembled kit that you have to modify in order to have. It's really a decent instrument. I've been in guitar stores and I picked up $800, $1,200, $1,500 classical guitars, and they need adjustment too. So I'm not gonna, buy a $1,500 guitar and start sanding and cranking on it. In my opinion, $1,500 guitar should come already set up. But so you can do it. Thanks for watching. Shalom.